What's up, guys? Doing another tank update video. Today I'm adding some shrimp, red cherry. I think I have some blue ones. I don't know what the blue ones are called, but they're the same species or genus of shrimp, so they're the same. I think there's one neon in there where he just kind of looks like a ghost shrimp. We got some ram's horn snails and some nearite snails as well. And the only reason I got more snails was snails are easier to keep track of the hardiness in the water. So you can see how this guy's shell is not as good as this one. But the more hardiness in the water, the better it is for the exoskeleton, the shrimp, and the snails. And usually, from my knowledge of shrimp and snails so far, you need water hardness. You need to keep consistent water. And by consistent, I mean just parameters, pH, everything. And then, which is harder to do with more water. That's why people usually keep them in smaller tanks. And then, last but not least, temperature. They could do almost any temperature from I saw. It just needs to be consistent temperature. Like if you keep them in 80 to 85 degrees, you want to keep it at that. You don't want to go 20 under, 20 up. So, and then I did move the pond over here. This is going to be the permanent spot. And then I'm going to try to get some sort of cable hookup for here. And then anything that's going to be plugged into this is going to be over there, because I do have an outlet behind here. I don't know if I can see it, but there's an outlet over here all the way to the back. And I'm going to just run it through, make sure there's no drip line going. Probably get like I have a bunch of these, so I could just make a zip line staple. And then Tuesday, I get the rest of the sand, and then I could fill her up. But I'm still going to wait a little bit on that, because I want some more of the biofiltration stuff. And these, I was going to make like caves and houses on the bottom, and then later on, I was going to glue them with moss. But the fish store I went today wasn't like a Petco, it was an actual legit, private place. But they had these Amazon sword plants, and they were like, no shit, 15 inches wide, and 15 inches long. Like, they're bigger than the 30-inch tank. So I'm definitely gonna go back and get those, and probably they might be right in the middle if I could get 4 of them, and just space them out a little bit. And then I have some DIY stuff coming in, and I'm gonna try to put it all together, and hopefully it works out. And then I'm gonna be able to pop those on the side of the rim without drilling or anything. Hopefully it works out. But yeah. But before we add the shrimp, I'm just gonna test our water parameters. I haven't tested it in a while. Well, I haven't tested it since the last video I probably tested, so this is probably a hot minute. Let me try to just... Alright, that's the best angle I could get you. So this was our pH last time. And that will put us... Let me see the pH. So that will put us around... right in between 6.8 and 7. And then ammonia, it decolored, but it was basically, it was yellow, like 0. So I'm gonna test both out again, see what we get. Let me do the ammonia first. I grabbed a little too much. Now we gotta do 6 drops of each. And then this one you actually have to wait like a couple of minutes, so we're gonna do it, and then I'm gonna switch over to the pH one because it's pretty instant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did have shrimp before, ghost shrimp, but they all died because I was still new to the hobby. I didn't have my levels right. The tank wasn't actually cycled well enough. So they all died, unfortunately, the next day. And then about 2 weeks later, all the loaches died, but it turned out it was just a bad batch. And when I went back to Petco to check on, to maybe get some new ones, they told me all the loaches in that tank died. So not much I could do. It looks like it's going to be yellow again, but I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to test the pH now. And I still need to get master kit, but so far I have been just testing pH and ammonia for right now. Nitrate, nitrite, I'm not worried about. But those are things the water should naturally fix for me, so I shouldn't have to worry about them. Like, it would be nice to check and see the actual levels is 0, but for how well planted aquarium it is right now, I don't think it's necessary for me to keep doing that. Because 1, it's kind of a waste of money, and then 2, it's kind of like, if you have everything set up to be working, it should be working, you know? Especially since the tank was fine without the Poftos. Now that I have the Poftos in the tank, I think should be doing even better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I put too much actually, but that's all right. All right, so the pH is actually in the blue, which is actually higher than 7 point. I'm sure you see if it focuses. So I'll put us at a high 7.6, but before I filmed the video, I did a water change. The water was about right here. The water evaporation was up to here. I did a water change up to here and then filled it all the way back up. So this pH is going to gradually go down throughout the week and hit that 7 point mark again. And then we got the ammonia, and it's looking bright yellow, looking at 0. It could be a little bit in the, you could say it's in between, but it looks like pretty bright green. When I put it across the window, it looks bright green, so I'm gonna say 0. Just tuck these back. Then I'm gonna try to give you a good look at these guys. But there's about 8 shrimp in there because they were sold out of shrimp. The reason why every time I'm in a video I'm saying, oh, they sold out of shrimp, I have my days off of work on the weekends. So most stores get their stuff on a weekday, and then by the time I get there, everything's gone. But yeah. And they're assorted colors. They're not all red and all green. I think that rush horn is big. So I'm going to try to get these guys in there. They've been acclimating for a while. The whole time I was messing around with the room, fixing everything, they were in there. But I'm actually going to... I'm going to feed the fish a little bit, and then I'm going to add them because I'm kind of nervous. I'm just a little nervous about it. I mean, they didn't touch the shrimp last time, but I just want them to have food, be a little distracted, belly's full, you know. Safer, better safer than sorry, but I'm not going to add a lot because I just fed these guys. And I don't want them to get overfed. I just want enough to distract them. And I can't wait to get the stock pond filled up because a lot of these plants are like coming off the root. But like, as you can see, this one right here, this one fell off. I just replanted it and now it's growing like crazy. I kind of want to just do that with the stock pond. Like take all the chippings I could do off. And then usually I put the sinking like pellets around. Because the cories are like really. See, now I have dried shrimp, but I'm not gonna toss that in there because the frogs love it, but I don't want them to get too excited. So I'm gonna let these guys feed for now. The problem most of the time with feeding these guys is the betas. The betas just like eating everything, but right, I don't think they notice, so I think the tetras got everything in one gulp. The tetras actually eat very well. I'm surprised you guys, they do breeding behavior, but I don't know if they're breeding, you know. I read the signs of it, like they start chasing each other in circles and all that other stuff, but we'll see. So I'm gonna see if I can get the rubber band off, which I probably can't because I'm never able to get these shits off. You know what? I'm gonna just get the scissors because actually I have a knife, so I'm gonna just use that. My hands are wet. So that store was really nice with the plants. The fish were like, you know, I did see some nice alien betas, they called them, for $50 each. That was the most expensive betas I seen, but they did look really nice. I kind of wanted one, but I was like, no. Cause usually when I get betas, I do want like what you gonna call it? I like young girls. I don't like putting in the grown females because it's a little harder to like predict their. Because when you get them young, you could kind of acclimate them to a seniority versus like you get a huge one and then she's just like, yeah, fuck this, I'm gonna bite everybody. Usually I'm gonna just add water slowly a little bit like that. They've been acclimated for a while, so I should be able to put them in, but I'm gonna just like kind of like get them a little bit more. I do like to look at these snails. Once I could give you guys a closer look. Oh, one popped out. We got two floating in there. Well, the betas are definitely curious about what I'm doing. I forgot some floating plants in there too. I'm kind of gonna dump it out real quick. Actually, it's a little hard with the puffles here now, but I might have to grab some of these snails out. Might just shrimp art, and so I just gotta get these snails. Oh, there's one more snail. I just gotta grab him, I guess. I'm just quadruple checking the bag. Sometimes you'd be surprised at what's left in. Alright. So we got a yellow right there. We got another yellow. We got one red. We got a blue. Well, I should have been counting them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know what 5, 6, 7, and 8 are at, but they do look good. I'm gonna just bend down. It's a little easier to film it. So in general, I have everything they need in this tank. There's algae everywhere. I am going to give them Pacific food for them later. But for right now, they should be good. They can actually feed off the crushed coral for calcium as well. Like I said, I don't know the general hardness of the aquarium right now, but it should be, decent. I've been doing active water changes. Everything should be good. And these rush arms look pretty cool. Got another one on Floki's eye. I don't know, the plecos have beef for Froki because every time I put them standing up somewhere, I just find them like knocked down. At nighttime, these guys are like highway. You can see them hiding in there. This is like their favorite spot. And I kind of put these like this because it kind of like, it gives them coverage they want. So the plecos will go in there. They love this thing for whatever reason. And then other times I hide behind the filter. As you can see, the ground floor is it has a lot of coverage. Like there's a lot of hiding spaces. So the shrimp should do fine. This guy's getting pretty active. He fired up. Only the biggest worry about the shrimp is this girl right here. But she should be fine. Anytime something's alive, she doesn't really mess with it. But the second she thinks something is dead, it's over. It's a wrap. Oh, that guy's all the way over there. Then we do have biofilm on the top. I mean, there's biofilm all over. I kept the water flow pretty low, like for a while. I do give a little oxygen here and now, but everything should be good. I got another ranch horn right there. And these guys are pretty cool for $1.50, to be honest. I don't know how big they get, but it'd be really cool if they got huge. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to get some sinking food that's just for shrimp, so they could just feast on that. Should give it a little nudge. I like this guy when he does the Superman swimming. Puts like one hand out and just starts swimming around. It's the funniest thing. Yeah. Actually, I saw a dwarf frog, a black one, but I was like, I don't really want another frog, to be honest. I like these guys, but I think if you put too many, no one in the tank is going to be able to relax. These guys are super active. So I would be careful if you add too many of these dwarf frogs. They do bother everyone who's mostly relaxed. I'll say 2 is a good amount. And even if you have a male and female, breeding them probably is not going to happen because you got to do very specific things for the tadpoles. And then you have to very specifically give them stuff to feed the tadpoles as well, so. Yeah, man, all the shrimp are acclimated. They're active. Oh, you found the crushed coral. I think the hardest one's, he's a big one, to be honest. He looks nice. But I noticed a lot of algae on those leaves. Oh, that's cool. He's like right on the... So I did see 2 reds. I saw 2 blues. I think there's 2 yellows. And I think it's the white neon one. The white one we're probably never gonna see again, to be honest. I can't even like, my eyes is not even like trying to focus on him right now. There's a yellow. And then we have some of the beta bulbs we put in here, but they don't seem to be growing, so I'm probably never gonna buy bulbs from Petco again. The only bulb I had ever grow was this one, and it's pretty long. It's going to the top. I might actually take this out and put it in the pond to see if I could get it to even like grow to the top of the pond like a reed. Oh, she found the rocks. See, I'm hoping they'll like make their home behind these crushed coral rocks and between the cracks and stuff. Because if they do find that spot and settle down there, no one's going to be able to bother them, except maybe the loach, which I don't know is alive. I haven't seen them in a while, but you know, it's a loach, so you don't really know. So that's it for the tank for right now. But coming up soon, you know, I think I do like this setup better because if I did anything else, this would be hard to open. And I do want to, I'm still collecting stuff, so I still want to be able to open my thing. The only bad part is my door has to stay shut like that, and then I have to come in the door like that, but that's not a big deal. So I have 4 more bags of this. I'm still gonna put probably 1 more inch of dirt inside of this. And then I'm gonna escape the bottom with these ceramic. Basically they're for bioload. Basically beneficial bacteria grow in it, just like lava rocks. But as you can see, these get really good really fast. You can see that yellowing, that's all beneficial bacteria. It just allows it to grow on it. And as you can see, this whole back part is made of it. And the rocks are just kind of climbing it. So it increases the bioload very fast. And I'm trying to get this ready as fast as possible. So I do want to have this at 0 ammonia within a month, if I can. Because I'm going to have to change, I'm going to have to do daily water changes, at least 30-20% if I can. And I have to put some ammo lock in there to get even more ammonia out. And then on top of that, I need to plant this up, which I have like a bunch of ideas going right now. And that pet store in Delancey, the Pacific Fish and Plants, they have very nice, huge plants. Not like, you know, some people might think this is huge. The sword plants is huge, but like literally the side, they're almost my whole tank. One of those plants would have fit in, like lengthwise. So like maybe a 15-20 inch sword plant, extra large. I kind of want 4 of those right in the middle. I want some foreground, maybe some reeds so they could grow up. And then I'm gonna try to put pothos on the sides. I'm gonna put the pothos probably over here, because if I put the pothos here or right here, I have a plant eater. Very naughty. Yes, I'm talking about you. And then lighting wise, I was gonna go ahead and get bigger versions of these. I couldn't really find a good pond light, to be honest, and these are very good. I was gonna get a floor-based one. It's kind of like hanging over, and then I would just clip this on the pond, and then I would get light. Or I could get a floor one and just have it over here like this, and then it'll shine it up. Yeah, but that's everything I got planned. So maybe Tuesday I will set that pond up if I want to, but I'm still waiting for them to do my whole window. So I'm probably gonna just wait for them to finish the window to just double make sure nothing goes into the tank and nothing goes into this. And then after that, I'll be all good. As you can see, there's nothing but construction going on. So they're renovating this whole building. I'll try to get to undo my window first because it's just one window. Bang it out. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. That's everything. Shrimp are doing nice. Now, there's no ammonia. pH is good. I don't know the water hardness, but it should be good as well. And I'll let you guys know tomorrow if they're all alive. Because last time I had shrimp, the next day they all died. Hopefully this time is different. Because these guys are way more expensive than ghost shrimp. I think the 8 of these and the snails was all like $50, which is like goddamn. They're basically more expensive than anything I bought in this tank. All the betas were like $5 to $3. Which I think this guy's a little constipated. I just saw him. But we'll see. Oh, good. I'm just trying to see the betas I bought at him. Like the yellow one was fast though. He was like, yeah, you're not eating me. So I think it's good. These guys are doing good. Some of the plants are actually growing a little too tall for the tank, which I'm actually kind of like. If anything, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.